welcome back. We are fishing, but on my Xbox. So we're going to the Ghent-terneuzen canal, however you say it, for bream. So we'll give it a try. So we've got a low rod for hiking that, big rod which we use to move the map, and then we have got our BFFT frenzy round 12'10" with a BFFT frenzy force 4000. We've got a close feeder on there as well with, I don't know what line's on there, 0.10 and 0.6 leader with a size 10 hook and sweet corn. And then on this one we have got a BFFT bream cast 9'10" with a BFFT bream hunter 3500 with pretty much the same thing, except we've got an open feeder which is half an ounce, and the leader is 0.07 and mono is 0.09. But same bait, same hook. So we're gonna go over to baits, go on common baits and grab some corn. Is it sweet corn or corn I'm using? I'm not sure now. Just corn. Okay. And we are just gonna buy a 1,000. So we can catch 1,000 fish now. So that's stocked up and that's ready to go. So what we've got here is just our avatar, and then we have got a dual stand with, we've got two boats but you can't use them on this map, and then just everything else on there which we won't use except for the keep net and the rod bag and the carrier, but and of course the clothing. So yeah, let's get into it. So all we did is buy a pack. We bought the Bream Hunter pack on, well, Bream Sports pack, which is on the sport packs. You can get one big deal, it's for like 20 odd quid, or I bought this one for like £5, I think. It was either £4 or £5. So it's not expensive, does the job. You get 60k with it, like 100 bait coins, and 3 advanced licenses to 3 maps. Did I say 3 or 2? I think 3 maps. Yeah, it's 3 maps. So you've got this one and 2 others. So we've got 1021 corn. We go up here, we go down and grab our green pod rod stand. Place that there. These should already be, yes they are. They should be clipped, which, yes they are. So go down to ground baits, grab our black roacher, mix that for 15 seconds. That's done. Got on second rod and add that. The tackle weight is perfect for both of them, so they can both get slung out there nicely. Which one's this? 11 foot, so this one wants to be so in line with that bush, but on the left hand side of it at 123 feet. So not too far out. And put that one there. And grab our bream cast. And pretty much do the same with this one, but out there, but in the middle of them two. And same again, 123 feet. And there we go. Now you sit and wait for a fish. But while we do that, we go and grab our value spin, 7'6" with a narrow spoon, 1/4 ounce, full cast, 163 feet. Perfect. Now we let that sink down. So this is a good map for bream, really. It's like probably my favourite map for it, to be honest. Oh, already had a bite. I missed it. So there are fish down there. You know that. Gotcha. Fish on. There we go. Tying up that drag again, and now he's coming. So they pull really hard when you first hook into them. Same with the bream, and then they go light, and you can just drag them. Which is starting to tell me this may be an hide, but I'm hoping it's a pike. It is an hide. There we go, trophy hide. Nothing major, but it's a fish. Same again, just cast out there. And let it sink down. If you get the same spot accurately, then there should be more fish down there. I mean, that's what I do with the other rods, especially with putting ground bait out. I mean, we've had nothing on them yet, which is a surprise. So we're just gonna bounce this up and down again. Just like that. Grab the hook. The only thing you don't want is to hook a fish on one of them rods, but you've got a fish on this rod. Because then you don't know which one's bigger. That's quite annoying. Because of course you want to get bigger fish for more money, more weight, and more XP. Some casts it'll be quiet, and some casts it'll be good. You normally catch on your first cast, if you get it perfect. If you have to like retrieve, the right spot, and also the right bait. Seems like there's going to be nothing in this one. But from that one fish, it's told me that there's hide down there, or that there's just fish down there. So this time we'll cast all the way over there. And let that sink down. We should be fishing tomorrow. Water again. Oh, and there's a fish. You see it's giving you nice pulls up down like that. All you want to do is hold A over the rod, and then you can strike into them. If you're not casting too far out, it does help with bringing them in, as it doesn't take as long. As if you're casting really far out, it takes you quite a while. And there we go, 1 pound 8 ounce bream. And then all we do is rebait that with ground bait. Get that lined up again. And cast. Bang on. 123. you want it within at least a 5-foot radius. So then that bait is still close to where you had it before and where the fish will be. And there's been quite a few occasions where you pick your rod up to bring it in or rebait if you've not had a bite for a while and you've just got a fish on it. That's what the bream do sometimes. And there's another fish. Straight away, since we've got it in the same spot, same bait, everything, we know we're feeding there now. So they will take the bait if it's there. So just bring this up and then bring it up there. Nice 2-pound bream. Rebait that once again. And we're already at 6 pounds of weight with 3 fish. So what we are looking for are uniques. And there's another fish on that rod. That's what controllers see. Okay, that one's wanted to pull some line. That's gone soft again. So just turn that drag all the way up. So now we know we're in both spots. And it's bream in both spots, which is perfect and exactly what we want. So rebait that. Same again, hook on. And get it straight back out on that spot. Bang on, 123. If you cast way over the clip line, then it's just going to come flying back. And you're not going to get in the spot where you've clipped it. Whereas if you try and cast it straight on it, you've got less chance of it pulling and flinging back. So you can see there's quite a decent drop down there. So when the fish are about 30 feet, they're not going to pull. It's just dead weight. So I'm going to cast here again, because I did have a bite pretty much as soon as I started reeling and when it got to the bottom. And by the way it's sink in, how fast it's got to the bottom, you can tell that it's not very deep there. You want to make sure it's still at the bottom, but it can be just a little bit off the bottom, which does help quite a bit. If it's on the bottom, then that's fine. But it's better to be about an inch or two off, and we may have a fish on that left rod. I've got a fish on the right rod. Weird bite. Yep. Hook into that. So what you're wanting to look for when you're bringing in fish is the 3 bars on the side. The first one is your line, the second one is your rod, and the third one is just your reel, really. So if that's red and there's a little red circle around it, loosen the drag. Otherwise something will break and you will lose your fish. It normally happens with bigger fish, that's a little bit short. But yeah, it does normally happen with bigger fish. Whereas little fish don't usually pull drag. We've got to have a fish on that rod. Maybe bring it in and see. Or just strike into it. Nothing. Okay, we'll bring it in. See what's up with it. So some rods do bend quite a bit, but you want to make sure you do always watch these rod tips. From when as soon as you cast it in to whenever you get a fish. If you watch it when you cast it in and look at it for a minute or two and just look how it sits in the water, and you can see with these two, they're pretty much straight with a very small bend in them. So I'm going to cast this down here this time. And let that sink down. In the middle part, that seems to be the deepest. And it's a good spot for the lures, if you can get the fish feeding them. You need to find the right bait for them. This takes some time, but once you've done it, you know about it. And there's a bite. Oh, and there's a fish. And there's 3 fish. Now this is a problem. I didn't even get a bite on this rod, it just grabbed it. But yeah, both my rods are pulling. So we're only going to be able to land one with a fish, and there's a nice bite. So we're bringing this one. Let's see, can we land both? Well, all 3 of them. We've landed one. We've lost that one. Can we land this one? Yes, we can. 2 out of 3 fish. Nice 1 pound bream. And get that rebaited and back out there. Once you found one bait that works, try and stick with it, as the fish are clearly feeding on that bait. Whereas if you use corn and then sweet corn and then worms, maggots and anything else, the fish are wondering why there's so much different baits going in instead of just one bait, and it does put them off sometimes. Depends on what fish are down there, you won't always catch. But if you find one bait that works and keep with it, then you will normally catch. We've waited a bit and we've got the fish in the area, so we are catching now. We're already at 13 pounds of fish. So just gonna point trap back out there. That, and grab our other rod. Chuck that out there. If you can get on that line, then that would be perfect. Just to make sure your bait's on that spot. So if it's on the spot, you catch fish quick. So this one could be a little bit heavier, or it could just be feistier, as it was pulling my line, as you can see it on the first bar. So it's not massively bigger, it's just, it was a little bit feistier, which you do get with some fish. They do fight a lot more, even if they're the same size of fish you've been catching that just come in dead weight. So there we go, managed to get that one out nice and quick. And then you just wait again. So there'll be sometimes where you use 4 rods, sometimes you use 2, sometimes you use 1, sometimes you use 3. The game allows you to use 5 rods at max. You can have 4 on the bite alarm quad set, and then 1 in your hand as well. But then that's as much as you can go, which is more than enough. Whereas if you're fishing like this surf is perfect. You can clearly see bites. There's no bite alarms going off constantly when you're catching just a little bream like this. It's a good setup. All you have to do is watch the rod tips. So we'll get our little rod back out and launch that way again. And we've got a fish on. So by the time this fish is in and this rod is back out, that lure will be on the bottom. Well, as you saw a minute ago, we got 3 fish at once, which is a pain, and there's the other one going, which is why I don't like using many rods at once. If I know it's a place where I'm just gonna catch fish after fish after fish. Whereas I can handle 2 rods at a time, or 3 rods at a time, it's just on the lure. And these fish aren't massive either. This is the smallest one I've got, just under £1. So they really aren't massive. They don't fight as much, so they come in lots easier. Especially bream, which are known as slabs. They're just flat pretty much. Same as flounder, there are flounder in there as well. They're normally called the bream of the sea. Which is because they're very much like a bream. The only thing I don't like about bream is they're slimy. And they eat pretty much anything. Especially when you're carp fishing. They do just eat your bait, no matter the size. So just doing a nice slow retrieve and a little bounce every time it's just about to hit the bottom. And then just watching out for them rod tips as well. So that spot didn't work, so we'll go down to the right. And I just like to stand here so I can see them rod tips, because you don't need to be looking where your lure is in the water. You know when you've got a bite, it's obvious. So you don't need to be staring at your lure that's in the water. Same with feeder rods, you don't watch your bait, as you can see rod tips going, you can hear your bite alarms, you can hear your drags, you can see bites. If you're float fishing or surface fishing, yeah, you do want to be watching your float, but still not your bait, so it don't matter too much when you don't watch your bait. Well, your lure. So that's already on the surface, so there's not much point of bringing in that slow, because I know you won't get a fish doing that. So just bring it in and cast that way, but further out. See how that drop to the bottom again. And you always want to make sure that if you're catching fish, make sure you've got the right setup. If it's too light, it'll snap. If it's too heavy, you'll lose out on XP, which does help leveling up, getting new gear, getting new maps, and catching different fish. So I'm currently level 56, and that's a fish. That was good timing, that one. We got a fish on the lower. Swear just saw it bouncing. So we do put quite a big bend in the rod. And there we go. 17 pounds of fish with another fish on the other rod. So I'm going to bait this quickly. And then we'll strike into this one. Guys next to me catching fish as well. No, there's two. And there we go. So, when you're done fishing, or halfway through and you want to see your fish, you just go onto your inventory and you go over to Fish Keeper. You can see how many fish you've caught, the weight of them, and how much money you've earned from them. So I've got one northern pike, loads of bream, and one eyed. Which, if you calculate it, that's 11 bream, 1 eyed, and 1 pike. So, I hope this video has helped you out a bit for your fishing. If you want more, make sure you leave a comment. And yeah, we'll see you out on the bank tomorrow.